Good evening, everybody. The second semi-final of the 1979 Cricket World Cup in Sri Lanka was played this evening. It was between Pakistan and the West Indies at Kandy. Remember what happened 4 years ago at the Oval when these two teams played in the World Cup? West Indies stole a thrilling one-wicket victory with one ball remaining after being 166 for 8, and they chased down 267 to win right at the death. This was a match played at Kandy. This was the outcome. West Indies won the toss and elected to bat first on a normal pitch. Many people thought that it could have been a little bit slow, but this was an absolute... But West Indies elected to bat. Clive Lloyd put his team in, and what a performance. I have to say, their batting performance was one of the best batting performances I think I've ever seen in a one-day international. They scored 120 off the first 15 overs. They went absolutely berserk. They were going at 8 and over at one stage. 73 of the 64 deliveries for Gordon Greenwich, back in form. Then he was out. 37 for... Desmond Haynes as well. A wonderful partnership. Then all of a sudden they lost 4 wickets for just 52 runs. As you can see, 3 wickets in 10 balls at one stage for Asif Iqbal. 4 for Clive Lloyd, who continues his poor record in the World Cup. 21 for Collis King. He tried to block a ball with his leg and then it ricocheted back onto the stumps. Then 172 for 4. It looked like the West Indies were going to get paid back, but then another 113 run stand between Alvin Karitcharan and Vivian Richards. Vivian Richards 73 off 74 deliveries, 53 off 58 deliveries for Alvin Karitcharan, 7 not out for Andy Roberts and 1 not out for Joel Garner. Made it 293 for 6 from their 50 overs. A staggering performance from the West Indies. 0 for 26 for Majid Khan. The hero, well, the man of the match when they played last time round, went for 71 runs from his 10 overs. He had a nightmare today. Shabaz Nawaz, 0 for 71. Certainly not the bowling which he was 4 years ago. 50 for 1 for Madassan Nazar. 0 for 24 for Sakinder Bat, 1 for 43 for Imran Khan. There was assault on Imran Khan, and Shabaz Nawaz was absolutely sensational. But the main hero, 4 for 56 for the captain, Asif Iqbal. He's probably stopped the West Indies getting 300, to be honest with you. 4 for 56 from his 10 overs, moving on to 15 wickets in the tournament. I lost the early wicket. In response, I lost the early wicket of Sadiq Mohammed for 2. But then an absolute stunning partnership of 166 between Majid Khan and Zahir Abbas. They went from about 4.8 and over at one stage to 5.9 and over after 30 overs. And it was about even Stevens. And then all of a sudden, a unbelievable catch from a ball from... be out of form Colin Croft, who's not really bowled well throughout this tournament. Colin Croft then took 3 wickets and 8 balls, which included an unbelievable catch from Derek Murray behind the wicket-keeper, getting a chance off the gloves. A wonderful diving catch from Alvin Karitcharan out in the deep. There was also another unbelievable diving catch from Michael Holding out in the deep as well. Their catching was absolutely outstanding. Vivian Richards took a one-handed catch as well earlier on, which we'll talk about in a moment. So... let's go on. 92 for Zahir Abbas of 103 deliveries. Absolutely sensational. He holed out to Karitcharan in the deep, but Alvin Karitcharan was 5 yards away from the ball, and then he changed tact and dived forward as the ball was landing towards the ground and took an unbelievable 2-handed catch. 81 for Majid Khan off 100 deliveries. His second 50 consecutive matches. He was caught one-handed by Karitcharan as well. 15 run out for Harun Rashid. A duck off a slower ball from Javed Mindrad. Colin Croft got another wicket. There's 3 wickets and 10 balls for Vivian Richards. 18. He took an absolute brilliant return catch off Asif Iqbal, who went for 18. 2 for Madassan Nazar. 6 for Imran Khan, 11 for Shabaz Nawaz, 9 for Wasim Bari, and 0 not out for Sekinda bat. They lost their last 9 wickets for just 74 runs. Is it 74 runs? Yep, they lost their last 9 wickets for just 74 runs, Pakistan, as West Indies put the squeeze on the Pakistan innings. They actually lasted exactly until the final ball of the innings. They were out of the final ball of the innings as they were all out for 250. As said before, some of the catching was absolutely unbelievable. Just some remarkable fielding, really. 4 unbelievable catches from West Indies today. Their fielding and catching in this World Cup has been sensational, but they saved their best until last. It looked like that Pakistan had them on the ropes, but then all of a sudden, a brilliant catch from Derek Murray just changed the game completely. Let's have a look at bowling figures. He's moved on to 10 wickets for the tournament now, I think you'll find, Vivian Richards. 3 for 52. He had a wonderful all-round game. And that there can be no complaints about. 0 for 41 for Goddess King. 2 for 42 for Andy Roberts. 0 for 47 for Garner, disappointed in. 1 for 28, brilliant bowling from Holding. But Colin Croft, who's been out of form this World Cup, 3 for 29 off his 10 overs. His 3 wickets and 8 balls single-handedly grabbed West Indies back into the game and started to put the brakes on the Pakistan innings. He deserved a man of the match performance. So did Vivian Richards. But the man of the match, as we'll see in a moment, as the match summary ends, Pakistan versus West Indies at Kandy. West Indies won the toss, so let them bat on a normal pitch. A wonderful batting performance. So they reached 293 for 6 for their 50 overs. They eventually bowled Pakistan all out for 250 in exactly 50 overs as well. Although Pakistan at one stage at 176 for 1 were really putting them under pressure. And then all of a sudden some wonderful catching from West Indies, from Alvin Karicharan, Derek Murray and Michael Holding. And Vivian Richards, a catch of his own bowling, was absolutely sensational. West Indies winning by 43 runs. But the man of the match, mainly because he put the brakes on the West Indian innings and stopped them from getting 300 for his 4 for 56, was Asif Iqbal in his final match as captain of Pakistan, and he confirmed that was his last ever one-day international. He's retiring from one-day international cricket. He's still played Test cricket, but what a tournament he's had, as we will see in a moment. He's had an absolute wonderful tournament, so he's gone out on a high. He got 18 as well, but I think he was man of the match mainly for his bowling. West Indies 43-run victors, and it means the World Cup final will be between England versus West Indies on Sunday. Both teams have won 7 out of 7 in this World Cup. It's the first time ever that the 2 finalists go into the final with a full 100% record. Remember, 4 years ago, Australia lost against England in the group stage, but then had revenge against England in the semi-finals, and then they lost to West Indies in the World Cup final. West Indies protecting a 15-match winning run in this World Cup, in World Cup history, and hoping to make it 16 out of 16 and hoping to retain the trophy, which they won at Lord's 4 years ago. Let's have a look at the star players. Apart from Clive Lloyd and obviously Joe Garner, and Sadiq Mohammed, it's been not a bad day. It's not been a bad day for... we talk about Mike Hendrick being player of the tournament. I think... Well, he's had a poor end to the tournament, but he's had an okay tournament. Sadiq Mohammed, 304 runs in 7 innings at an average of 50, which included 3 50s in the tournament. I think he can look back on his tournament with immense pride. As for Asif Iqbal, though, if there is going to be a contender for player of the tournament, this guy's going to be up there. He hit 2 50s in 6 innings, 246 runs in 6 innings at an average 41 with the bat, and 15 wickets in 7 matches at an average 17. He's definitely been the all-rounder of the tournament, and Asif Iqbal, no question at all, is going to be a contender to player of the tournament. Here and Mike Hendrick are the 2 outstanding players so far. Let's have a look at West Indies batsmen, and 349 runs now for 349 runs at an average of 69. He's got 3 50s in the tournament now. Gordon Greenwich. He's the second highest run scorer in the tournament behind his partner Desmond Haynes, who has scored 378 runs in the tournament. So one of those 2 is probably going to end up as the leading run scorer, averaging 69. Vivian Richards, 310 runs at an average of 62. He's had an absolute terrific tournament as well. And his 3 wickets today actually took him on to 10 wickets in 5 matches at an average of 11. He's averaging a little bit better at the moment. 42 average for Clive Lloyd, but only 128 runs in 4 innings. So once again, you take out that 65. He's had another disappointing tournament with a bat. He just can't seem to get runs in World Cup cricket, unfortunately. His average went up to 23, 10 wickets in 7 matches for Joel Garner. He'll be hoping to improve in the World Cup final. Still yet to get an average with a bat. He's actually got the same number of wickets as Vivian Richards. Colin Croft, though, he's been struggling in the tournament. Colin Croft, he's been struggling in the tournament, but he took 3 for 29 today in his best performance of the tournament. He's got 10 wickets in 7 matches at an average of 20. So he'll be hoping that he can improve in the World Cup final on Sunday. So that's it. Now, there's only 1 match left to play here in Sri Lanka for the 1979 Cricket World Cup. The World Cup final is between England versus the West Indies. Is 2 teams that have won all 7 of their matches here in Sri Lanka. The West Indies hoping to complete another 8 wins out of 8 in a World Cup tournament and win their 2nd world title. England looking to make history and become the 2nd team to lift the World Cup. West Indies are going to be red-hot favourites. England's performances with a bat have not been good since they played Bangladesh, whereas West Indies, well, they are up against a corner for about 30 overs today, and they came out flying with some unbelievable catching and fielding. Some of the best catching I think I've ever seen. But we've had 2 unbelievable semi-finals, 2 wonderfully entertaining semi-finals. We've got 1 more match to go, the World Cup final between England and West Indies. I'll be reporting on that on Sunday. Until then, this is me, Lawrence Howard, reporting on the 1979 Cricket World Cup being played here in Sri Lanka. It's bye-bye from me.